Well, welcome back to the design studio. I'm hoping, praying that today's going to be the last of these like god-awful high temperatures up here in Washington, where 90, 95 to 100 degrees, those are not normal for people up here because we have really high humidity because our dew point is so low, especially those of us on the West Coast. So I'm praying today is the last day that we'll see for a while, because it looks like all next week is, I'm hoping, like low 80s and high or low to mid 70s. So that's like perfect right in there. So I'm gonna be teaching you. We did a little bit, we talked a little bit about it last week Thursday, doing an entirely new form for me that I've never done before. And so I'm just kind of like honing out the method, trying to figure out, hey, which one would this work best with? How would I lay this out? So yesterday in my private group, we did a bow class. So the bow is already like pre-made, but we're going to do a shortcut because you don't need to watch me do this 20 different times. I'm going to show you how we're going to load the board. I'm going to show you the method that we're going to use, and then we're going to jump to it fully completed, at least the Deco Mesh base part, and then we'll go ahead and start to assemble everything else on the wreath design. So it is a balmy almost 95 in here, and I have my shop door open. I have all the windows, all the doors, everything open, but we're just gonna power through and get this out there so that you guys have another resource to use. So if this is your first time joining, welcome. It's not always like this. Most of the time it's actually really nice in my studio, and yeah, if these temperatures continue, we're gonna have to look for alternative methods of getting things a lot cooler in here. Even my garage is cooler than my shop is, because my shop is full metal. The only thing that it has is an insulated roof, which doesn't seem like it's helping too much, but thank God for that. So let me show you what we're going to be doing. If you like this tutorial and want to save it, just simply click the share button. You don't have to sprinkle it. You don't have to float somebody's boat. You can share it. And then that way it'll take it from this page, put it onto your own personal Facebook page, where you can have access to this tutorial as an alternative for you in making wreaths. And I'm always about, if somebody invents something to make the wreath making process easier, why should we not embrace it? Or at least be familiar with it so that we can add it to our resume, right, of designers. Also, if you can do me a huge favor, to turn notification on for Facebook followers. Make sure you have liked this page and follow the page. Follow is hidden. It's right next to the like button. There's like another button like right in the middle of that, and then there's 3 dots. Click on the 3 dots. It'll open up another little sub menu. You want to make sure that it says following. If it's following, then you're good. You should receive notifications. If you're on your phone, when I happen to go live, you should get some pop-up that says, hey, Cats Creations is live. I'm trying to think of what else. Private group is still open, and we surveyed the entire group. The group wants to go bigger, meaning we want hard, challenging designs. We want to elevate things beyond what other people are doing, and we kind of want that all incorporated in our group. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I should have brought what we're going to be using on a live that I'm doing on Friday. I'll share the details with you on the page, so that's why it's important for you to follow the page. So I'm going to start showing you some way more higher end designs if you're in my private group. So you can do that by clicking on the link on the bottom. As soon as I actually change this, hang on one second. Here we go. I don't think I'm in the right profile, so hold on. I think I'm still me. I need to be here in order to pin. Complex things, man. Facebook makes us professional hoop jumpers. That's for darn sure. So if you're interested in joining my group, I'm going to pin the link down below. Also, if you're interested in purchasing this design, you should know that I only make one of every single wreath because I want each person who makes that purchase to have the original, the only one. So I only do one, and I call it one and done. Once I finish it, I'm done. I tap out. Plus it helps keep things fresh for me rather than doing the same old designs all the time. Okay, so let me pin this. And we should be off and rolling. Hi Elizabeth. Hi Irvina. Welcome. So let me show you what we're going to do today. I'm going to go ahead and pivot you on down. Hang tight. I'm going to make sure that I don't grab the mic. And I think I want it right about there. I'm trying to figure out why my camera thing is so dark. I don't have my light on. That's why. But I'll show you that here momentarily. So let me show you what we're working with today. So we are going to utilize the Unique in the Creek oval form. So this is their oval, and let me give you the dimensions. It is 20 inches at its longest. Hi Cheryl, welcome. And at its widest, we're at 14 inches. So we're going to be using this. Hi Teresa, she says, hi everyone, I am camping. Well, enjoy your camping. Where are you camping at? We're going to be using this as a swag for a Halloween ghost. So we're going to lay in a deco mesh base so that he has a nice comfy place to reside. Like I said, we already did the bow in my group yesterday. So this is going to be the bow that is going to go into the wreath. So I will share that tutorial shortly. But what I have chosen to do, let me give you all the stuff. So you can get these at uniqueinthecreek.com. You can get these at Craft Outlet. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at, I think, Trendy Tree Deco Exchange. Hobby Lobby, I believe, is carrying them. Oh, Mexico, Pennsylvania. Nice. That's interesting. I've never heard of that before. So we're going to be utilizing 10-inch. This is what's called jute burlap mesh. And I did try to wood burn this one. It does not wood burn. Hi Jan, good evening. So you're going to have to take the old rotary cutter and cut these. We are doing 20 pieces. I know, not 18. We're definitely branching out at 19 inches a piece. So you're going to need 2 rolls. Now you can alternate, like you can pick and choose 2 different colors if you want to do that. We are only going to be using we're going to be doing half of the holes to the outside and half of the holes on the inside for this design. And I'm not going to use the hole in the middle because there's just way too much deco mesh. It's like overkill at that point. And I'm always thinking about the cost side of things when we start. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is find a starting place on your wreath where you're going to want to start your inside mesh and your outside mesh. Note that at the top of this board there are 2 holes, and this is for your hanger. So you can add your hanger now, or you can add your hanger at the end. So wherever you decide to start, like let's say for example you decide to start here in the center, every other one is where you're going to place your deco mesh. And then on the inside, you're going to pick up the ones that you choose not to do. For example, if I choose to put a piece of deco mesh here, and I choose to put a piece of deco mesh right here, On the inside, I'm going to do the inside ones so that you have more than enough coverage. Now, this board is, let me look, it's about 3.5 inches wide. Is what I'm seeing. Let me double check. Almost 3.5 inches. So that is more than enough room. So, like I said, find a starting place and then start your deco mesh there. I am going to, this is what I did on my board. On the outside, you're going to simply add your pipe cleaners. And the only reason I'm adding pipe cleaners is because I want to add other things to the wreath. If I just wanted to lay in a deco mesh base, I would just use zip ties to secure my mesh to the frame. So knowing that I'm going to be doing every other one, you're just going to go all the way around the board, and you will have a total of 10 on the outside and then 10 on the inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you these three and what we're doing. And we're going to use the ruffle method. Why? Because we have a bow that's getting added to this wreath, and we have the ghost plush, which is, it comes in two pieces. He has the upper and he has the lower, and so he is going to be sitting right in the center of the entire design with the deco mesh ruffles and ribbons on the outside. That is the plan. Okay? With that being said, because we have such a huge plush, because I get the question asked all the time, how do you know what deco mesh method to use? It is going to depend on what are you putting in your wreath. What do you need as far as real estate? Do you need something that's low and flat and wide? Do you need something that is full and squishy? Do you want to see curls being added to the mix? In addition to, like, you're not going to put a ton of stuff in it. Maybe you're going to put a small sign. Maybe you're going to put in a couple double bows, in which case you could probably do the cruffle method. So get used to doing the different methods and then understanding what each of those is going to yield, knowing that we're putting in our plush, and I want to introduce ribbon tails to the outside, and we're going to put in a bow. I want low and flat. For me, low and flat automatically means ruffle. So we are taking our piece of deco mesh. We are just going to go right up the center, just like this. And you're just going to add those right to the inside. Okay? You're going to see it starts to form a wreath form, just like the round wire wreath frames, but this time we're going oval. So we're going to come in and add another one to the inside. So the focus is that your outside pieces will sit on top of the inside pieces, just like they do on a regular wire wreath form. So just like this, we're going to lay this on the inside, place that right down on the center, and then we're going to add our other piece of deco mesh right to the outside. So I'm always pulling the deco mesh towards me, placing them right inside our pipe cleaner, just like this. Now, you have a choice. You can go turn them sideways, you can turn them vertical, you can turn them whichever way you want, but you're going to see that it's going to yield a really great look. Okay? So, that is the method that we're doing. I am not going to be using the inside 10, so I would remove the inside ones as I put those all in, but leave the outside ones in place. Any questions that you guys have on here? Hi Darlene, welcome. says, I love these boards. I love these boards too. They make everything so simple. And I'm like, why not utilize them? It gives you a very smooth workspace. Everything's covered on the back end. You're good to go. So, all right, we're gonna fast forward to a completed Deco Mesh base. And let me show you what this looks like. This is what it looks like when it's all said and done. I have my inside 10. I have my outside 10. And as you can see, right now, let me give you the dimensions of this. This is going to be really full swag. If we go Deco Mesh end to Deco Mesh end, you're about 28 inches long. And we're about 24 inches across. And that's about as big as I would go. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to add some of our ribbon that went into the bow to the outside. And the great thing is because they're spaced a little bit further apart, we're not going to have any issue with the fact that they overlap. So just like this is how we're going to lay them in. We're doing 14-inch tails with the 2.5 inch, and then we're using 19 inches to make the half bows. And I'm going to be alternating the ribbon combinations. Now I tried to make bundles with the Deco Mesh, add the ribbon tails, add the half bows, and then could we zip tie those all onto the board? No, it doesn't work. It looks horrible. So trial and error. Spare you from having to waste your time doing that. Here's the other ribbon combination we're doing, which is this 2.5 inch Ghost Boo ribbon. So like I said, we're coming in and we're just putting these on the outside. So right in here, gonna go straight up the center. Gonna add these just like we were doing on all the other designs. We're gonna fan this to the outside. We're gonna take our 1.5 inch ribbon. We're gonna bring our dovetailed edges together. We're gonna go up about 2 inches from the top and squish in, pinch in, and that is gonna go right inside here. Nice, super cute. Twist, twist, twist. You're gonna open the loop. On mine, I always have to right side my left ribbon tail so that I can get all of these so that I can see them. Now, I only want to keep about 1.5 inches to 2 inches of my pipe cleaners left because I'm going to utilize those. We're going to be adding, where did Cat put them? We're going to be adding some glitter balls to the end. So at Hobby Lobby right now, they have the fall, which is the brown, the green, and the orange in their seasonal section. You can pick those up there. They're just called scatters and fillers. It's weird. If you try to Google them online, it's really hard to find them. So I am just going to, and they go on really super quick with your pipe cleaner. They just go right on the end because they're little styrofoam glitter balls. So don't have to work at those really super hard. But I'm going to add an orange, and I have black ones, but they are not glitter. They're just flat or matte black. So I'm going to alternate one on each just to elevate the ribbon combo that I've got going on. So you can find a bigger orange one. I might have to get my other ones. Big ones and a couple small ones. but I'm going to alternate a big and then a small. Same thing with the black. I'll do a big and then a small. Glue those right on the end. Now the black ones I got at the Dollar Tree. And they were in their Halloween, like when they're they were actually in their regular craft section. So they weren't in their seasonal section. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull all these out. We're going to do another ribbon combo. So fold it in half just to find the center. And then we're just going to fan those out. And then, same thing with our 1.5 inches. I need to get this one to go back on my inside deco mesh is coming to the front, so I need to push that to the back. So again, about 2 inches. So I'm going to take my deco mesh from the front and make sure that it overlaps the inside pieces so that it lays easier for the outside for us to go ahead and add our ribbons and deco mesh to. Okay. I'm going to grab a bigger size ball. Right here. Again. Just sliding those on so those do not pop off. Here's an inside piece as well. I want to just make sure that my outside piece is sitting on top of my inside piece. Okay, next set of ribbon combinations. Again, we have our Boo, which is from Craft Outlet. The orange and white diagonal plaid is from, hang on, I'll tell you, Craft Outlet. The orange with the polka dots and the black and white stripe is from Craft Outlet. And the big, this one with all the Halloween print, I think it was also Craft Outlet. I just bought it on a big, huge 50-foot roll. Because I knew, I'm like, oh, that's going to go with virtually everything Halloween. Okay, snip these down. Open up my loop. So you can see that the space is now being defined for where our plush is going to sit. Do medium size. And another medium. Oh, really? Elizabeth says my Hobby Lobby has 40% off Halloween. That's interesting because Hobby Lobby stopped carrying Halloween years ago. So I wonder if it's just their fall. So that's what I was telling my husband. I'm like, oh, I need to get black glitter balls. Oh, that's right. That Hobby Lobby doesn't have Halloween decor. We're going to have to get that at Dollar Tree. Or we're going to have to go look for things at the Dollar Tree. So, squishing in. What do you think of the ribbon combinations? Cut and cut. Open and open. So see what I'm saying? Now I don't really have to pick which one do I want to be more prevalent to the front. I already have those. Because of the spacing on the board that I have chosen to use, I don't have to pick and choose which one I want to be more in focus. Now I can see everything, which is another good reason for this. Plus, this makes for really good swag. We can use this for nutcrackers. We can use this for candy canes. You can even combo the boards and use one with the other. Same thing here. I need to move my inside piece to the bottom so that I can put my outside piece over the top. There we go. I was kind of like playing with the form, and I put some pieces in the center first, and then I worked on some pieces on the outside, and I was like, should we go every hole? Should we go every other hole? What should we do? So this is just the one that I liked, that worked. So again, small, because we'll introduce all those little sparkles. And then this prevents me from having to go back and do this at the end, like off camera. Again, making sure my inside mesh is under. And I can grab my next set of ribbons. And grab this. What questions do you guys have it? Oh, Elizabeth says probably fall. Flagstaff, Arizona. Yeah, Hobby Lobby a long time ago sold Halloween, but then they opted to stop. Whoop. And we'll do our large. Because then I really only need 5 large balls. And then 5 medium. Okay. Again, for me, just because like I said, I was playing with the design, I need to move my inside ones to the bottom and get my outside pieces where they need to be. Oop. This comes down, this goes over. There we go. Can you see the giant hole where the ghost will go? Now you could use a lot of other embellishments. You could use a lot of picks in this design. Got little fuzzies from my pipe cleaner everywhere. And then just 2 more ribbon combos, and then we can add our plush. There we go. There's that. I see these little black fuzzies, and I'm like, ooh. Is that a bug? No, it's just a fuzz. Okay. There we go. I'm super excited to see what this will look like. So 1 of each ribbon combo, and then we're done with our outside ribbons. At first I thought I was only going to put these around so many, but then depending upon where you decide to place the ghost, you can really have your ribbons still be there if you want, or you can just move your ghost so he takes up a bigger portion of real estate. And it turned out that we had just enough of the large balls for that design. Last one in. Gather. Place this right on the inside. Gather that. Last one. There we go. I was like, I cut it. Why didn't it come off? And alrighty. So this should go really simply. We're just going to be adding the ghost. The bow is already built. All the ribbon from Craft Outlet. The ghost plush is from Craft Outlet. Let me move these out of the way. That way they don't get spilled and roll all over the floor. Okay, now we are ready to add our ghost front and center, right to the inside. So he does have attachment wires here at the top. They do go down here to the bottom, so you can kind of move his lower half of his body, but you want to be careful that when you're twisting, you don't pull these up. There is nothing that prevents you from being able to pull them up, so just be careful when you're going to place him inside. On the top half, he has quite a few. So he has the bottom half of his upper body, his head, and then you have the arms, which I thought they were posable. They're not, but you can like position them based on where you decide to wire him in. So I'm thinking for my ghost, I wanted him right about here, and then we're going to plop his bow right in the center. So what I want to do is go ahead and remove all his tags, and I'm going to work the top half first, and then we'll come back and add the bottom, because he's got a lot of wires in here. So I always crisscross one so it doesn't pull out. And then we're simply going to find one of the numerous holes that are on this board. And I'm actually going to use one of my shared holes. So I'm going to go straight down. Trying to keep all his little wires in place. I'm just going to give them one twist because we don't want to twist a ton if we need to move him. So again, same thing. I'm just going to wire him to the frame. And there is quite a few holes to choose from on the oval board. I'm actually trying to find, there it is. Okay, trying to get the rest of him moved. So I'm securing his body, one twist. We're going to secure his head down flat. His arms will be last. And I'm just kind of looking to see where I can fasten him to my board. Kind of looking to see where my hole options are. Okay. Gonna kind of get him centered inside. Again, I haven't like twisted in case I need to move him around. I'm going to leave his hands free so we can figure out what we want to do. Do we want to go like, hey, one down, one up? Do we want to do like, it'd be kind of cool. But that's an option. Okay, now we're going to get his lower half. And this is going to kind of go right in here, just like that. So we have two sets. These are going to go to the outside part of that frame, and I'll flip him over when I'm done so you can see, hey, how did you attach him to that frame? I'm just trying to maneuver. Trying to see where do I want these. I think I want it up a little bit higher. So I'm going to kind of come up to the next set of holes, which is the next one up. Okay, that's going to go down here. The only thing that I don't like about the ghost attachment is he doesn't have anything for the bottom. Meaning that if I want to get this snug down tight, I'm going to have to add a wire to this. So right here is my board. Now remember, we're adding a bow where the gap is. Right in the center. And I mean, we could kind of just push his tail in. Again, we're always going to be fluffing the ribbons until we get them all situated. But as you can see, all the ribbons still function all the way around the outside of this design. We still have not put his hands in yet. And I'm thinking I still want to go up a little bit higher on this lower half. So I'm going to just take it up one more. So I'm just going to move it up one. And I was able to get that one in. Just moved him up a little bit tighter so he's a little bit more even. Okay. Tuck his little tail half down below. If that really bugs you, you could floral wire him down, which is probably what I will do because otherwise he just flops. And considering how many things that they put in the top, I'm like thinking, why wouldn't you have added one to the very, very bottom? But a lot of people make them to where they hang off the bottom of the wreath. So I'm just using 22 gauge floral wire. I'm going to pop that right in to the lower half. One twist. And then I'm just going to fasten it into the board. And then watch, I'll just be able to pull it down so he won't flop in the wind. Okay. There he is so far. What do you think? So far he looks good. Like I said, I haven't figured out what I want to do with his hands yet. Let's put the bow inside. So because this bow we made to kind of be one that kind of sprays out, I'm going to use the ribbon tails to go out to the side. Trying to find my pipe cleaner. I might need to make my pipe cleaner a little bit longer, which is just add some additional pipe cleaners to that. And now we can have really extra long pipe cleaners. So we can put that bow wherever we want it. So obviously I don't want the loops in his face. I want them out to the side. We'll go ahead and figure out where we're going to attach him. I have one in. Go over here. And we're just going to attach that down. And all I'm doing is just connecting my pipe cleaners in the back for now so that I can fluff and move some things around. Like I want some of these ribbon tails to cascade in different directions. We want the little ones at the top and the bigger ones at the bottom, like this. Okay, so now we have our ghost. How cute is he? Look how adorable that is. Just that simple. So like I said, once I save the hands for the end, because then you can decide what you want to do with them. He can put his hands up in the air. He can put his hands down and out. It's entirely up to you. It goes back to that designer preference. You can't wire his hands so that he can, you know, be mobile. So I'm just going to add him to my board. Oop, that one's a little too low. There we go. Got one here. Go ahead and pull that down. Hard to believe he's on an oval board, right? Oh, we'll go ahead and tuck this one in right up here. Oops. Gail, this is not a Dollar Tree ghost. This is a wreath attachment from Craft Outlet. But you could use a Dollar Tree ghost in here. This one just comes in 2 pieces, and the ribbon is actually what is separating the top half from the bottom, the little bow. And then I'm just fixing all the outside ribbon tails because we were fussing with him quite a bit, putting him in. What do you think? Now you could add a ton of different stuff. You could add candy cane picks. You could, let's see. So you could come back in, like I think these are from Michael's. You could come in and add some candy cane picks and pop those all the way around. It just depends on where you want to go with your design, how simple you want it, how over the top you would like it to be. You could come in with like the little curly Q picks like this. Again, doing the same thing. Kind of tucking those down below. And it's actually stuck on my ghost. Bring these in and just have a bunch of fun picks. You could add some Halloween colored balls to this and pop those in. But I think that once you start adding a bunch of different things, you kind of lose the focus. So when you're looking at a wreath, you're trying to figure out where do you want the focus to be. For me, it's on the ghost. So, oh, Gay says, Dollar Tree has a 2-piece ghost attachment, a witch, a Frankenstein, and a skeleton. That is interesting. I have not seen those yet. Let me go ahead and fluff the ribbon. We'll put him on the door. And we'll see what this looks like on the door. So I've already smashed all my ribbons, kind of finessing my ghost in there. So I'm going to give those some love all the way around so we can see all the ribbon we put in there. And it made for a very full wreath using the oval Unique in the Creek board. Just something new. Not a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. This is something totally new. Okay, I think we have him pretty much settled. Alright, let me pivot you up. And I think that'll work. Let's take this one down. Place this over here. And now we're gonna, I need to add a quick zip tie hanger on him. I totally forgot to add my zip tie hanger. Hang on a second. Trying to get my zip tie in here so we have a hanger. Although you could hang them on the inner rim, it just depends on where you want to be. Okay. So, we could hang him here, which is where his hanger is. And that is what he looks like. Again, take some time. Give your ribbon some love. Especially if we've been messing with them. Trying to get things in, situated, and all the things. Make sure he's where you want him to be. Okay. So there he is there. You could bring him up a little bit higher. So this is your average door. Now I'm looking at my screen and it's like he's a little lower than I'd like. You could bring him up. If I take him off of the hanger portion and put him, so let's pretend these are where the holes are, okay? Instead of hanging it here, we can hang it here, and we can hang him 3 inches higher, which is my preference. So that is why a lot of times I don't cover the backs of my wreaths, because I want to give my customer choices, options of how they want to hang it. They might want it a little lower. They might not have a sign at the bottom of their door. So there's 2 different options to hang them. You could hang it at the bottom of the Unique in the Creek frame, or you can hang him on the hanger. 2 different choices. Depends on what your preference is. What do you guys think? Let's zoom in on this guy so that you guys can see that. I know what's up with even my Meebos being weird from the heat. It'll correct here in a second. And I'll move my head out of the way. That is our Halloween ghost. So again, he's 28 inches long, 24 inches wide. He's definitely not storm door compliant. He is probably about 5.5 to 6 inches full. So he'll still fit in a 24, 6-inch box, but it'll be more on the diagonal than anything. All right. That's all I have for you guys today. So make sure you're following my page so that you can stay on top of every little thing that I'm showing you and making sure that we're communicating our schedules. So until next time, have fun creating. Bye for now.